In 1936, the great Jnanavatar guru of Paramahamsa Yogananda and Paramahamsa Hariharananda, Swami Shriyukteshwar Giri, consciously left his body for the last time on March 9, 1936. 10 years earlier, he had predicted the time of his passing in Bengal, but his words were not taken seriously, though they turned out to be accurate. In the 1930s, while he was in his 70s, Swami Shriyukteshwar would experience pain due to asthma. He would sit in the eyes-open Shambhavi mudra for hours without awareness of his body. He would forget to eat or bathe. Swami Narayananda Giri and Rabindranath Bhattacharya, later to become Paramahamsa Hariharananda, would clean him with towels and gently guide him to eat. Paramahamsa Yogananda returned to India in August of 1935 on an inner calling to see his guru. They had a joyful and deeply moving reunion. In December of 1935, Swami Shriyukteshwarji gave him the title Paramahamsa, and afterwards, in December 1935 and the first few months of 1936, Paramahamsa Yogananda traveled to all parts of India to gather information on the saints who lived there, as he had had an inner knowing that this information would end up in his most famous book, The Autobiography of a Yogi, published 10 years later in 1946. In March of 1936, Swami Shriyukteshwar sent word to Master Yogananda to return to Puri. Alas, he received word too late, and Swami Shriyukteshwarji consciously left his body, still sitting upright, on the second day of the dark fortnight of Falguna, or February-March. Paramahamsa Yogananda was on the train during this time and arrived at the aftermath of the occurrence. The ashram residents were in shock, and Yoganandaji was overcome with grief. The great Jnanavatar was buried in the northern corner of his Karar ashram in Puri, in the state of Orissa, where today stands his Samadhi Mandir, which was built in 1950 through the efforts of Master Yogananda's brother Sananda and Brahmachari Rabinarayan, who was later to become Paramahamsa Hariharananda. The divine play did not stop that day, for later Paramahamsa Yogananda, his brother-disciple Swami Satyanandaji, and several years later Paramahamsa Hariharananda actually saw Swami Shriyukteshwarji resurrected in a physical form. This day we are honoring the memory of Swami Shriyukteshwar Giri in observance of his Mahasamadhi, which happened March 9, 1936. It was the great master who, in his wisdom, left us these words: "To enter the ascetic life is not child's play. To become a saint is not for religious show or the exhibition of miracles. It is for God realization."
So we are blessed today. Today is the day to remember Gurudev more.